than the markets did on the NASD OTC was on Tuesday. It's been a very interesting Monday to today when the central bank will repay mature treasury bills around 120 billion naira. So yesterday, Vertiva Capital reports that the central bank conducted a PME, that was called a primary market auction. Treasury bills selling 177 billion naira across tenors from 91 day to 364 day to maturity. Interbank, therefore, moved up. This is what you see on your TV screen. A bit of a summary. The top 4 most active treasury bills traded Wednesday via the FMDQ OTC Securities Exchange. 178.9. That's quite aggressive in terms of summary total for treasury bills. And today, let's check through the bonds, shall we? Okay. That remains a little bit sluggish. We haven't seen double JDA since the week started. 7.5 billion naira in total among the most actively traded. You can see the 4 there, short to medium term government papers. At the currencies market, let's take it to the currencies. Let's talk about money. The Naira appreciated 100 points in the parallel market against the US dollar, but was down, but depreciated at the IA&E window. I'm trying to check the figure now. 1.67 down at the investors and exporters window. At the spot market, the Naira lost 0.15%. On the street, about 0.27% to the north. That's about 100 points. And 0.46%. That's the figure. 365 was where the Naira finished off at the investors and exporters window. So the market will continue to trade today very significantly, but one of the key issues that Nigerians are worried about are what you call the bank charges. NOI Polls says it's conducted a poll just about a month ago in the week of June the 5th, and says many Nigerians who are surveyed says they are unhappy with the bank charges they're getting via ATMs or emails or SMS, and says the Central Bank of Nigeria is not doing enough yet to handle the banks, the commercial banks, from charging them excessive monies on the small amounts they put in the banks or they're taking out through the various channels. So that's the story out there that we're following through at the moment. But let's get back to where the market was. Let's get the currency story back for you. Of course, the Naira is very, very crucial to the conversation we're having on in the week, because yesterday the central bank gave a notice that it will conduct a further auction this week. That will be today. The results will be out in the next couple of days, perhaps tomorrow or early next week. On Monday, the central bank threw $195 million into the market and may conduct a further auction. If that happens, that will impact the fixed income, in particular the treasury and the bond market. But this is where we finished off yesterday. This just came through. Thank you so much. 305.50 for the Naira dollar, down 0.15%. On the pound, the Naira was about 0.1% in the red. That's reading 406.59. On the euro, the Naira was down about 0.2%, 356.55. And then if you flip that to the streets, call that a bit of a parallel market, the Naira was 0.27%, 365. When it finished off, 0.43 against the pound, that's 468, and 412 Naira yesterday fetched you €1. That's about 0.5% negative for the local currency unit. And back to the I&E window, what you call the investors and exporters window, that's 365 Naira there. I got the figures now. That is 0.46%. That will be very significant for the market. We'll be talking more about the commodities when we come back, but very quickly, let's bring in what the oil and gas stocks did yesterday. That index was down 0.2% on the day that the broader market lost about 0.3%. The market still digesting a few news around the big 7. First, regarding mobile, that NIPCO says there's an extension of the minority share offering till the 27th of this month. So we had about 3 weeks window for the minority shareholders and NIPCO Investment, the new majority owners, want to raise the stake to about 70% after taking 60% of ExxonMobil USA out of Mobil Oil Nigeria downstream operations. Mobil Oil was 236.55 when the market finished yesterday, down 0.41%. Of course, you know why. Mobil, you can't trade, you can't move that stock. Of course, that is still there until the conclusion of that minority share offering. Corn oil remain unchanged, 40.23. There's no news driving this stocks for now. 40 oil, 49.40. MRS, which is a bit much smaller than 40 and Mobil, 37.30. Owando was trading 704. Down about 1%, almost 1%, 3.05. Seplat and Total were gray in shade, 460.05 and Total 266, also unchanged. Seplat, of course, is in the news since the week started regarding the restructuring of its $150 million loan to a consortium of international banks. That money will now be repaid by the end of 2018. The initial deadline was end of 2016, but the repayment schedule in 5 tranches will now start from the 4th quarter of 2017. That gives Seplat a bit of a leverage as far as what you call significant deleveraging. That's how the statement puts it, significant deleveraging for this oil and gas company on our market and on the London Stock Exchange. We have a lot to talk about on the program, but of course the sugar conversation is very, very important about what happens as the Nigeria Sugar Development Council says they've given a riot act to local producers and importers to raise their game before 2018. This is something you want to listen to the conversation around sugar and what the new sustainable production and quantitative improvement really means for Nigeria's sugar markets. Stick around. Sugar is sweet, and I got some in my cup of tea this morning. I'll share that with you when we come back.